Finally, pure transfer chaos. London is red, spreadsheets ready, vibes on a leash.
Please. Chelsea's got the trolley, dynamic mids, cheeky buyback.
And 3 loans by Christmas? Your HR team deserves overtime.
Deadpan, at least we negotiate faster than an Arsenal PDF loading.
Blue receipt, Jack. Show me substance, not a Canva mock-up.
2 Champions of Europe banners at the bridge. That's the receipt.
Nice museum piece. Today's lesson, profiles and fit, not panic carts.
You still need a proper 9, someone who finishes the cutbacks.
Committee goals work if the press bites. The 9's a trigger, not a fridge.
Fair. We need a conductor. Land a true 6, and that's the big man move.
Deal. You get control, we find edge, blue versus red resumes when it shuts.
Now, Mark, your lot just dropped nearly 300 million euros. That's an all-in gamble if I've ever seen one. No more excuses for Arteta. It's Titler bus vibes, mate.
And I love it. Finally acting like a club that wants the big trophies. Victor Gyökeres, tick. A proper 9. Runs channels, bullies center backs, finishes with either foot. We meet at that focal point for years. No more overplaying the cute stuff in the box. Then Martin Zubimendi, chef's kiss. The anchor man who keeps us on the front foot and kills transitions. He lets Rice hunt higher or sit alongside to form a box. Control, control, control. And Eberechi Eze, the maverick dribbler who breaks scripts. He unlocks low blocks when patterns stall. Plus, we nabbed him right under Spurs' noses. That part tasted sweet.
Of course it did. But let me bring you back to earth. Thank you, Arsenal, for wiring Chelsea over 60 million euros for our Dench duo, Nani and Kepa. Drinks are on you. Can all these shiny parts actually gel? Or is this classic new gear syndrome?
Depth isn't a syndrome, it's survival. ESPN literally called us winners of the window. They even highlighted how Mosquera filled in when Saliba was out and Madueke impressed when Saka sat. That's the difference between almost and actually doing it. Quality next man up.
All right, tactics lead, line it up for me. Rice with Zubimendi, overlap or harmony?
Harmony. Picture a 3-2-5 in possession. Zinchenko, well, now Calafiori or Lewis Skelly form the back 3 with Saliba, Gabriel. Zubimendi sits right of center in the 2, Rice left. Rice steps into half spaces to compress counters. Odegaard is the high 8, Eze rotating as an inside left 10/winger hybrid. Gyökeres peens, links, then crashes the 6-yard box. Simple, violent, effective.
And minutes. Kai, Jesus, where do they live now that Victor's the big dog?
Havertz still plays a ton. Left 8 in certain games or false 9 when we want more third-man combos. Jesus is the chaos sub or right-sided 9 when we press man-to-man. He drags lines to open Eze and Saka.
And Saka's deputy. You better not say trust the academy again.
No, Nani Madueke. Direct, right-footed, wants the byline. He forces fullbacks to honor the depth. He'll frustrate at times, but he's a real Saka rest day solution.
You're welcome, by the way. We kept him warm for you. Blue receipt, please.
Blue receipt. You can barely fill your own stadium on a rainy Tuesday. Don't start.
London is blue. Always has been.
Bigger in London? Show me the data. Quick proof or retract.
Fine. Back to Arsenal before you bring XG on tube into this. Let's talk departures. Partey, Tierney, Jorginho, free. That's rough asset management.
Or ruthless evolution. Wages off, minutes redistributed, stylistic clarity in. Partey was great, but we're building around Rice and Zubimendi now. Tierney needed a home where overlap first is valued. Celtic suits him. Jorginho's tempo was useful, but we've raised the athletic baseline.
Nuno Tavares out for $5 million, Marquinhos for $3 million, Kivior loaned to Porto, Karl Hein to Bremen with a chunky fee. You happy with the money or just happy they're placed?
Both. Marginal money back, but more importantly, minutes they wouldn't get here. And that Hein loan fee, nice bit of business for a keeper who needs games.
Defense. Convince me it's airtight if Saliba or Gabriel miss time.
We added layers. Mosquera's aggressive front foot style complements Gabriel's duels. Hincapié on loan gives us a left-sided relief valve, can play LB in a back 4 or LCB in a 3. And Calafiori, two-footed, composed, sneaky progressive passer.
Timber's back too. He and Ben White rotate right side depending on matchups.
All right, but Eze's off-ball work, Palace Eze wasn't exactly a pressing demon.
He doesn't have to be a demon, he has to be coordinated. Arteta's got a role-based press. Zubimendi sets the screen, Rice closes the trap, Odegaard angles the pass. Eze just funnels. That's viable.
And mad weeks and product, hot and cold. You cool with the volatility?
Has a rotation piece, yes. The ceiling play is worth the dips, especially when Saka needs breathers.
Goalkeepers then. Raya, and your new backup, our old chaos merchant.
Kepa as a number 2 is fine. Short passes, decent reflexes. If he plays 10 games, that's success.
You sure Arteta won't overthink it and make a cup keeper situation messy?
He learned the lesson last year. Clear hierarchy. Raya starts, Kepa cups if needed.
Culture check. That's a lot of big personalities incoming. Any risk to the dressing room?
Leaders are set. Odegaard, Rice, Gabriel. Zubamendi's quiet authority slots in. Eze's more vibes than volume. He'll dance when we win, not bark when we lose.
You're painting a dream board here, mate.
It's legit. Look at the age curve. 23 to 27 core with veterans like Norgard giving ballast.
Speak on Norgard. Some folks think that one's meh.
It's clutch. Late leads. He screens crosses, wins headers, kills vibes for opponents. Also lets Rice sit if Zubamendi rests. No structural collapse.
And the kids, Nwaneri, Lewis Skelly, Max Dowman up from the U18s, they actually play.
Nwaneri's first team adjacent, cameo minutes in tops, Lewis Skelly's tactical candy at LB, CM, Downman's a taste of the future, training reps, bench if injuries pile up.
All right, give me your 11 in a big away game.
Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Zubamendi, Rice, Saka, Odegaard, Eze, Gyökeres.
And at home to a deep block?
Timber for White to invert more, maybe Havertz for Rice to add a third runner. Flex.
You're dropping Rice at home. That's brave.
Situational, not permanent. Horses for courses.
Set pieces, you lot have been nasty there. Does Zubamendi help or just stay out of the way?
Helps with second balls and rest defense. Declan's still the first cannonball, Gabriel the second.
Talk me through Mosquera. He's young. That step up can be brutal.
True, but he's got the timing. Good in duels, brave stepping to the line. We'll hide him in a 3 if needed.
Okay, media report cards. Transfer marked, slapped you an A-. ESPN says winners. On paper, I can't knock the squad. It's stacked. But pressure's sky high. Spend that much, you better be in a title fight in April.
Embrace it. This is the best, most complete Arsenal squad in a generation. Deep, balanced, versatile. We can win ugly now, not just pretty.
Ugly is a compliment coming from you. Normally, it's principles of play or bust.
Principles still matter. The point is we can adapt on the fly.
Speaking of adapting, what about when teams clamp Odegaard? Last year, he got kicked to pieces.
That's where Eze and Gyökeres change the geometry. If you man-mark Martin, we go dribble drift through Eze or hit Victor early.
And if Saka's hammy tightens again,
Madwiki starts, Trossard flips sides, or we go 2 10s behind Victor with Odegaard Eze. Options for days.
you mentioned Calafiori. Happy with him over a pure stay-home left back?
Absolutely. He doesn't just overlap, he underlaps and helps us rest with the ball. Cleaner than Tierney for our scheme.
How many minutes for Timber before the inevitable niggle?
Managed carefully. 60s and 70s, then full 90s. White covers when we need stability.
Okay, let's nitpick. Kepa's got a clang in him. If Raya tweaks something, you nervous?
A little, sure, but structure protects keepers. We'd lower the line and cut the chaos.
Arsenal lowering the line? I'll believe it when I see it.
You saw at times last season away from home. Pragmatism isn't illegal.
Loans, Hink copy, a savvy one. Any chance you buy him if it bangs?
If he smashes it, Leverkusen will name their price. For now, he's the perfect band-aid in audition.
Bench unit looks like Kepa, Timber, White, Mosquera, Hink copy, Norgard, Marino, Havertz, Trossard, Madueke, Jesus, Martinelli, or Nwaneri.
And that's the point. Any 2 or 3 swaps, identity holds. We don't crumble with one hamstring.
Marino's shout. Forgot about him. How's he fit with the rest?
Clever connector. If Odegaard rests, Marino can be the link on the left, arrive late, win aerials.
So the expectation line, what's success?
Genuine title push into the run-in and deep in Europe. Minimum.
If you're third by March, does Arteta feel the heat?
He'll feel it anyway, but performances will tell the truth. Are we controlling games and creating high-quality chances? That's the gauge.
I can hear Arsenal Twitter sharpening knives already.
They'll be fine if Victor's scoring and Eze's cooking.
Okay, vibes question. Eze taking penalties or staying away from Saka's spot?
Keep it with Saka or Odegaard depending on flow. Don't overcomplicate the hierarchy.
You didn't mention Lewis Skelly much. LB at 18 with a 45 million euro tag on paper? That's bold.
He's a hybrid. Some games he'll pop, others Calafiori starts. We won't dump pressure on him.
What about Gabriel Martinelli, minutes threatened by Eze left side?
Different profiles. Martinelli gives depth runs, Eze gives ball retention and dribbles, horses for courses again.
You said horses for courses 3 times. You coaching on the sly?
If I was, I'd invoice you first, and I'd bench your entire Chelsea midfield.
Put some respect on London's finest.
Blue receipt, now.
I'll email it after the show. Lost the PDF. All right, give me one worry that keeps you up.
Integrating 3 new starters without blunting chemistry for a month. That runway matters.
And one thing you can't wait to see.
Zubimendi Rice pressing traps in the right half space. That's avalanche football.
Avalanche till someone hits you on the break.
That's why Zubi's there to kill it at source.
Yahoo rank windows. 1, Liverpool. 2, Chelsea. 3, Arsenal.
Even the internet reckons my lot outbought yours.
Cool story. Tables in May, beat tables in September. Also, Villa mid-table? In that ranking? Want to pay the Emery tax quickly?
15 seconds. Unai Ball gives me hives, but fair play. He squeezes points.
Back to Arsenal. If Gyökeres starts slow, you think the crowd gets twitchy.
Only if chance creation dips. If he's getting 0.3 to 0.4 xG a game, the goals come. Patience.
Numbers guy peeking through.
Hey, numbers briefly, boss. You asked.
Fair. Last thing, does this window close the gap to City?
It closes the depth gap. The margins are now execution, not personnel.
So your verdict in one line.
A window, A+ fit. Title charge absolutely on.
My verdict, brilliant business, but spin that much and stumble, the knives will be out.
Bring the knives. We've got armor now.
Clip that, we'll revisit in spring.
Saving it as my ringtone.
To wrap, Arsenal go big, Zubimendi the anchor, Eze the spark, Victor the finisher, depth everywhere, no excuses. Title challenge, or that's a monumental failure.
Challenge accepted.
And remember, Yahoo still put Liverpool and, say it, Chelsea above you.
Enjoy your silver medal in a blog post. We'll chase the real one on the pitch.
That's the show segment. No game since last time, therefore no review. Next week, we expect fireworks.
Now, straight into Liverpool's shopping spree.
Jack, I'm staring at this list and my jaw's on the floor. Alexander Isak for 145 million euros, Florian Wirtz for 125 million euros, Hugo Ekitike for 95 million euros. That's outrageous. Then, Jeremy Frimpong, Milas Kerkez, Giovanni Leone. It's a tidal wave of talent. On paper, that attack is frankly terrifying for everyone else in the league. Isak, Wirtz, Ekitike, and Salah, that's potentially the best forward unit in the world right now.
Deep breaths, mate. I get the fireworks, but where's €500 million coming from? Chelsea sneezes and gets audited. Liverpool drops a small nation's GDP and it's all vibes?
They did sell well. Diaz, Nunez, Kwanzaa, Doak, Kelleher, over 200 million euros in exits helps. Plus amortization, longer contracts, and a fairly disciplined wage ladder until now.
Still feels like an all-in punt. You can't just buy a new spine and expect instant chemistry. They've looked ropey early doors. Scruffy wins, disjointed phases, classic too much too soon energy.
Sure, betting in takes time, but tactically Slot's blueprint suits these players. Slot ball 101, 4-2-3-1 baseline, aggressive press triggers, wingers narrow, fullbacks high. Wirtz lives in the right half space, Salah bends runs from wide, Isak pins and links. Ekitike gives them a different profile, attacks the near post, runs channels, presses like mad.
I'm not arguing with the highlight reels. I'm asking if the scaffolding can hold. Virgil's 34. Konate's brilliant, when available. Gomez is a Swiss Army knife, not a lock. And they whiffed on Mark Guehi on deadline day. That's the one they needed.
That Guehi collapse stings. He's plug-and-play, homegrown, perfect profile. But let's hit the elephant. Trent to Real Madrid for $10 million. That's catastrophic, Jack.
Finally, we agree. 10 mil? For a generational passer and a club icon? Whatever the contract mess was, that's brutal asset management.
Even if he wanted the move, even if the deal was winding down, $10 million is a gut punch. You can't replace that passing gravity out of right back overnight.
And the optics. Ship Trent, buy Frimpong. Different player entirely. Great runner, not the same quarterback.
Frimpong's a wingback-leaning fullback. Elite in transition, wants the final third. Defensively, he needs the scheme to protect him. Back three covers or a sticky six screening.
So who's the seatbelt? McAllister and Gravenberch as a double pivot is pretty attack-minded.
Against tougher sides, I'd expect Endo or Bajcetic to start. Endo for positioning, Bajcetic for range. Slot can also tuck Gomez as a third center back in build-up and free Frimpong.
Kirkes on the left changes the runner map too. He's a burst and cross guy, not Robertson's steady metronome.
Kirkes brings thrust. Robertson becomes the rotation brain, game state sub, leadership, cup starter. If both fullbacks bomb, rest defense must be immaculate. Konate Virgil plus a conservative 8.
And if Virgil sits a week with a niggle, then it's Konate, Gomez, with Leone learning on the fly.
Leone's a bet on 18-year-old upside. Timing, anticipation, big frame. He'll need minutes carefully.
Back to the glam stuff. Isak for 145 million euros. My lot up north are fuming, by the way.
He's such a clean fit. First touch, angle-changing dribbles, press-resistant back to the goal. With Salah's gravity, he'll get isolation lanes at the penalty spot. That's deadly.
Tell me about Wirtz in this. Where exactly do you play him with Szoboszlai and McAllister?
10 role primarily. Wirtz between lines, slips through balls, third man runs. Szoboszlai rotates right 8 or wide. You can go 4-3-3 situationally. McAllister is a regista, Gravenberch box-to-box, Wirtz narrow right.
And Ekitike, he didn't cost peanuts. He's not just a cup striker.
He'll split minutes with Isak early, attack weak side zones when Salah drags markers, and crush low blocks. If they chase games, Slot can go 2 up top and pin the box. Nasty.
Chiesa's in there too. Not prime Juve Chiesa, but as a rotation right winger? That's sly.
Chiesa's timing of the far post run is still elite. As a Salah rest day, it keeps structure intact.
Midfield depth might be their secret sauce. McAllister at 100 million euro value, Gravenberch ticking up, Curtis Jones reliable.
And don't sleep on Bajcetic's ceiling. Reads danger early, neat under pressure.
Goalkeepers. Alisson still number 1, but Mamardashvili's lurking is outrageous depth.
Mamardashvili's box control is top tier. In domestic cups, that's unfair.
Okay, culture check. This window screams, we're back, we're rich, we're mean. Fans will love the swagger, but the pressure? Through the roof.
That's the trade-off. You drop 480 million plus your favorites. End of story. Every preview piece has them as big winners. Transfermarkt grading it an A, outlets ranking them first.
Yahoo put them top of the league's windows. ESPN basically said the haul is eye-popping and ominous.
Hard to argue. They broke records twice. That's a statement.
Yet the Guedeji miss matters. One elite CB short, you can feel it.
I'd park January as the CB fix. If Konate logs heavy minutes till then, breathe easy.
Let's talk patterns. How do they actually score with this group?
3 primary routes. 1, Salah-Isak interchange, low cross to far post for Wirtz ghosting. 2, Frimpong underlap, cutback zone 14, Wirtz or Szoboszlai one-touch finish. 3, set pieces, McAllister service, Virgil and Konate bullying first contact.
Defensive transitions are the flip side. Lose the ball with both fullbacks high? Uh-oh.
Hence the double pivot staggering. 1 steps, 1 screens. And front 3 counterpress in 5 seconds.
Early signs were scrappy, but they were still grinding wins. Champions do that, yeah? Yeah.
And chemistry improves with reps. The passing maps will tidy up by October.
Let's poke the money bear again. Net spend north of 260 million euros. This is a moonshot.
It is, but they trimmed the age curve and upped technical ceiling. That's future-proofing.
Trent still nags me. Beyond tactics, he's a symbol. You don't replace that with vibes.
Agree. The dressing room loses a unique voice and a cheat code passer. Price aside, that's real.
Can Frimpong Bradley share the role? Bradley's steadier. Frimpong's the chaos button.
Exactly. Horses for courses. Bradley in statement away days, Frimpong to crack bunkers at Anfield.
Speaking of Anfield, the atmosphere is going to be turbocharged for Wirtz's home debut.
He'll love it. He thrives when teams step to him. One shimmy, lane opens, boom.
Szoboszlai's minutes. How do you keep him happy with Wirtz in his office?
Rotation and role variety. Right 8, right winger, late sub to hammer tired legs. He'll still rack minutes.
Curtis Jones becomes the glue guy again. Rest, defense integrity, and tempo control.
Managers love players who keep spacing right. Jones buys the Stars their half-second.
How does Ekitike coexist with Isak when both want central lanes?
You stagger heights. Isak drops, Ekitike runs off shoulder, or split. Ekitike left, Gakpo rotates central.
You rate Gakpo as an inside left connector here?
Big time. He knits build-up, arrives late back post, and doesn't clog Salah's corridor.
Keeper angle. Alisson's distribution into Wirtz between lines could be a cheat in build-up.
And Alisson to Isak direct is a pressure release. Newcastle used that out ball. It's transferable.
Squad politics. Does Salah stay central in hierarchy with Wirtz arriving? He should.
It's still his team in the final third. Wirtz is the keymaster, Salah is the executioner.
Arsenal, man, be honest. Are Liverpool now favorites ahead of City and, yes, my Chelsea?
On paper, yes, attack wins points, and this is ludicrous firepower. But titles are won on the worst days. Their defensive structure has to harden, fast.
London check, Blues getting louder, Reds always mouthy, but Liverpool just stole the summer.
You can have the billboard, the shield's what matters, and right now the arrow points at Anfield.
Public vibe backs that. A grade here, #1 there, everyone crowned them winners already.
Which ramps expectation. A slow winter patch, and the noise will be deafening.
Give me your ideal 11 as of today.
Alisson, Kerkez, Van Dijk, Konate, Frimpong, McAllister, Gravenberch, Gakpo, Wirtz, Salah, and Isak.
Bench punch, Mamardashvili, Robertson, Gomez, Endo, Jones, Szoboszlai, Chiesa, Ekitike, and Bradley.
That bench wins Europa by itself. Depth is real.
And Trainioni and Rio Ngumoha as pathway guys sprinkle minutes, keep the pipeline alive.
Exactly. Keeps training levels high and the wage bill sane over time.
Okay, weak links. Call them out.
Right now, rest defense when chasing games and aerial duels if Virgil rests. Also, set-piece defending without Trent's deliveries, forcing territory swings.
And emotionally, living without Trent's identity, that's not solved with a training drill.
Leadership group will have to rebalance. Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, and McAllister stepping up.
What's the one tweak you'd make for balance?
Sign a CB in January who can defend big spaces and play 40 games. That's it.
And mine, play Bradley in the nastier away games to keep the right flank honest.
Fair. Then unleash Frimpong at Anfield and versus low blocks. The rotation writes itself.
How do you keep Ekitike engaged if Isak starts hot?
Promise him real minutes and 2 striker looks. Also give him cup starts and late-game bully roles.
Do you see any personality clashes brewing?
Not inherently. The profiles are pro. The danger is frustration if roles aren't crystal clear.
Slot's man management test, then. He's got to sell rotations as part of dominance.
Winning cures a lot. Keep scoring, and the minutes debate softens.
Let's not ignore how good their selling was. Diaz at 70M, Nunez at 53M, clean exits.
Kwanzaa to Leverkusen for 35M is tidy too. They monetize the pathway without nuking depth.
Kelleher to Brentford makes sense for him. Woodman back as a dependable number 3 is fine.
It's coherent business. One giant blot, Trent, and one near miss, Gehi.
Which is why I'm calling it spectacular but high risk. Could be dynasty, could be detonation.
I lean dynasty. The talent density is absurd, and the tactical fit is mostly aligned.
City won't roll over. And yes, Chelsea's cooking. London's blue, by the way.
Red half of London says hello, but today the loudest color is Liverpool red. Annoying, but true.
Give me a one-liner verdict.
Window winners, title favorites, fix center back in January, and they might run away with it.
Window of the decade vibes, but it's an all-or-nothing bet. If it gels, buckle up.
If it doesn't, that's a very expensive chemistry lesson.
Either way, we're getting a show. Slot's era just hit fast forward.
And the rest of us are scrambling for countermeasures.
Last thought. Who benefits most from Isak's gravity?
Wirtz will float into the vacated seam and rack double digits for assists.
And Salah feasts on second phase chaos. Some things never change.
If you're defending them, foul early or suffer late. Pick your poison.
All right, now on Liverpool. We'll circle back once the dust settles and the passes land.
And after someone remembers to sign that center back.
Amen. Football amen, not the other kind. See you on the other side.
Right, Chelsea transfers analysis, and I'm buzzing. This window was a flex.
Settle down, mate. Flex or flail. Transfermarkt slapped a C on it.
See my ass. We spent big, sold bigger, net positive, and leveled up.
Numbers don't equal coherence. That end of window scramble looked messy.
Messy. We grabbed João Pedro, Jamie Gittins, and Garnacho. That's electric.
Front three shiny, sure, but talk me through the striker saga.
Jackson to Bayern on loan is smart. Different league, growth, loan fee in.
And the 1 month recall of Mark Guiu from Sunderland, that's what exactly?
Depth insurance. We can't run Pedro into the ground. Simple contingency.
Then you panic loan for Kundo Buenanote after missing Xavi Simons and Firmin.
Not panic, opportunism. He fits the Palmer role rotation without massive fees.
Transfermarkt literally said farcical. Convince me it wasn't lurching.
I'd call it adaptive. Plan survive contact with reality. We adapted better.
All right, tactics hat on. How does João Pedro change your attack?
He links. Finally, a 9 who pins, drops, and actually holds the ball.
Agree on the link play. He's tidy between lines, good presser, decent aerial.
And he frees Palmer to float and cook. That's the whole point.
But you still don't have a 30-goal monster like Liverpool or, yes, Arsenal.
Goals by committee. Pedro, 18 plus, Palmer, 15 plus, Gittins, Garnacho combined for 20 plus.
That's a lot of plus signs. Who's your killer in tight games?
Cole Palmer. He's a cheat code late. Also set pieces, Colwill and Disassi.
Palmer's elite, but if he gets doubled, where's plan B?
Inverted runs from Gittins, weak side Garnacho and James Gusto overlaps.
Speaking of Gittins, raw dynamism, yes. Decision-making streaky, though.
And that's why you coach him. Pace scares defenders. It shifts blocks.
Let's do structure. Double pivot of Caicedo plus Lavia or Enzo deep?
Caicedo anchors. Enzo advances. Lavia rotates. Andre Santos gets minutes.
If Caicedo's solo, your rest defense hinges on fullback discipline.
Which is fine. Gusto can time his runs. Cucurella tucks when needed.
Reece James's health is the elephant in the room. Availability matters.
True. But Gusto is a starter-level RB. Depth's not an issue there.
Left side, Harto's a baby, Cucurella's steady, but not elite in build-up.
Harto's calm beyond his years. Plus, Colwill can slide there if needed.
Centre-back pile-up, Colwill, Fofana, Disassi, Badiashile, Tosin. Who pairs best?
Colwill, Fofana, when fit. Disassi, Tosin as matchup picks. It's horses for courses.
Goalkeeper choice? Sanchez is fine, but Jorgensen's passing is cleaner.
Healthy competition. And Slanina's ceiling is legit. Petrovic's sale was value.
On outgoings, getting 56 million for Madueke, that's bold selling to a rival.
Bold and brilliant. You overpaid for our bench. Thanks for the reload.
Receipt here. Blue receipt. Bigger in London. Prove it beyond banter.
Receipt. Yahoo ranked Chelsea second above Arsenal. London is blue, mate.
Yahoo's vibes. Transfermarkt C is closer to the truth. 2 halves window.
Early business elite. Pedro, Gittins, Harto, Estevon. That's strategy, not vibes.
Then the scramble. Jackson out. Guiu emergency return. Buenanote band-aid.
We targeted flexible profiles. The late moves kept options wide open.
Let's zoom in on Buenanote. Where do you use him? 10 or right wing?
Hybrid 10-8 in possession. Right half space combined with Palmer inside.
And when Palmer rests, you lose a lot of gravity. That's a drop-off.
Fair, but Neto and Sterling can keep width. Different patterns, same threat.
Neto's quality, if fit. Sterling at 30 gives leadership, but he's rotational now.
Exactly. Experienced voices around the kids. Sterling, Cucurella, Disassi.
Leadership's more than age. Who drags you through a 1-0 scrap at Anfield?
Caicedo and Palmer. And frankly, João Pedro's a fighter. He doesn't hide.
Pedro's mentality is good, I'll give you that.
Also, Garnacho on a bargain? That's robbery. He's chaos on tap.
He's a needle mover in transition, but will he buy into rest defense?
He'll learn.
Young but relentless, and we've got depth to rotate minutes.
Squad balance check. You've got 6+ wingers and waves of center backs.
Because we'll be in 4 competitions. Injuries happen, form dips, we reload.
Milan getting in Nkunku for 37 million euros, clean exit but talent lost. Any regret?
Injuries killed that chapter. Fair fee, clean slate. Everyone wins.
Joao Felix to Al Nassr for 30 million euros, also tidy. You trimmed the wage bill.
And funded the new core. Tell me that's not smart asset management.
Financially savvy, but title windows are about cohesion, not just spreadsheets.
Cohesion comes with clarity. Pedro 9, Palmer 10, wings rotate based on opponents.
So what's the default shape? 4-2-3-1 with Enzo higher or 4-3-3?
4-2-3-1 baseline. Caicedo plus Enzo or Lavia double, Palmer at 10, inverted wingers.
Then your rest defense must lock the middle. Caicedo can't cover everything.
Hence, Hato tucking, Cucurella conservative, and James Gusto alternating pushes.
I'd still start Tosin in big away games. Better aerial, calmer first pass.
Against direct teams, sure. Flexibility is the superpower here.
Where does Estevan fit this season? Phenomenon, but he's 18.
Impact sub from the right. Give him 20, 30-minute bursts to terrorize legs.
That's sane. Don't drown him early. Keep the touches high quality.
Also, Delap's injury sucks, but he's a long-term 9. We're set.
Until he's back, you're a Pedro injury away from Guyu or Datro starting.
Guyu's a battering ram, and Datro runs channels. Not glamorous, but workable.
Workable is not title winning. Liverpool's 9 is ruthless. Ours is too.
Yahoo ranked Liverpool 1, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3 for a reason.
Yahoo loves revamps. I like fits. Arsenal's fits are clinical this year.
Fits? You nicked our Madueke. That's squad-building cosplay. Don't lie.
He's Saka cover and a 1v1 merchant. We filled a need, not cosplay.
And we pocketed 56 million. That's a W no matter what.
We'll see when he cuts inside and pings one top corner at the bridge.
He can have one. We'll score 2. London's still blue, by the way.
Blue receipt again. Don't duck the chaos tag from Transfermarkt.
Chaos for others, chess for us. We balanced 328 million in, 332 million out.
Accounting trophy. Where's the silver? This group's still painfully young.
Young and hungry. That's the point. Ceiling beats comfort.
Ceiling's great. Floors win titles. Who's your floor raiser every week?
Caicedo, 9 out of 10 every week. Ball winner, metronome, cleaner.
If he's solo and Enzo roams, the transitions will test you.
That's where Lavia rotists in for control games. Horses for courses.
Okay, ideal 11 then. Name it.
Sanchez, Gusto, Fofana, Colwell, Cucurella, Caicedo, Enzo, Gittins, Palmer, Garnacho, Joao Pedro.
I'd tweak Jorgensen, Gusto, Tosin, Colwell, Cucurella, Caicedo, Lavia, Palmer at 10, Nito right, Garnacho left, Pedro up top.
You just dropped Gittins. Shame on you.
Quality problem. He's a weapon off the bench against tired legs.
Bench would be silly. Gittins, Sterling, Bunanant, Lavia, Badiashile, Hato, Slonina.
Depth's real. Cohesion's the unknown. Big difference.
Cohesion comes fast when roles are clear. We've got roles now.
We'll see when teams low block you. Can Pedro pin and finish consistently?
He did at Brighton in spurts. With our creators, he'll feast.
Brighton build patterns differently. He'll face fewer big spaces here.
Hence the cutbacks and half-space combos. It's not all transition merchants.
Fair. Palmer's timing on those is filthy. That helps the 9 massively.
And Garnacho weak side ghosting far post, nightmare for fullbacks.
If he tracks back, if.
Coachable. Also, Cucurella barks nonstop. He'll get the message.
Let's touch keepers again. Distribution under pressure, Sanchez can wobble.
True. Jorgensen's the better passer, Sanchez the better shot stopper.
Pick based on opponent, press that. I can live with that logic.
Exactly. Another example of adaptability, not chaos.
Culture angle. Are fans patient with a kids plus stars mashup again?
They're buzzing. Cobham DNA plus Wonder Kids plus Palmer Magic. Stamford Bridge is loud.
Loud till a sticky run hits, then what? Who comes the storm?
Senior group steps in. Sterling's seen it all. Cucurella steady. Disasi vocal.
Defensive leadership helps. Midfield huddles need a voice too.
Caicedo's quieter, but Enzo's got bite. Lavia's composure is older than his age.
All right, grading time. I'm sticking with a C plus B minus range overall.
That's stingy. It's an A minus window. We hit core needs and balanced books.
A minus would have needed a bankable elite 9 or an elite veteran leader.
We chose versatility across the front. That's the modern edge.
Edge is fine. Finals need killers. Liverpool and Arsenal recruited killers.
We'll kill teams by 1,000 cuts. Rotations, overloads, bench waves.
Then don't burn out Palmer, manage his minutes, or the whole house creaks.
Buonanotte buys that rest. Neto can play inside. We've got cover.
Okay, final verdict line from you?
Yahoo had a second for a reason. Dynamic now, terrifying later. Window 1.
And mine? Marked transfer mark C captured it. Started with a bang, ended with a wobble.
Coffee wager, we finish above Arsenal?
Deal. No odds, just vibes and receipts.
Blue receipt incoming.
Clipped, saved. We'll revisit when the dust settles.
Fine by me. Until then, enjoy Noni stepovers. You paid for them.
We'll enjoy the goals, thanks. See you at the bridge.
Bring your plugs. It'll be rocking.
Quick housekeeping. Now, City's window, let's get into it. Mark, you've been itching to go in on this one. You think the Empire's wobbling, yeah?
Wobbling, Jack? This is the window where the Manchester City machine finally shows cracks. This isn't a refresh, it's a regression. They ripped out the hard. De Bruyne gone, Gundogan gone, Ederson gone. That's the brain trust of an era. You don't replace a decade of tactical intelligence and winning muscle memory with a few shiny parts and a hope. And the fits are odd. Donnarumma for $30 million. Great shot stopper, sure, but for Pep's buildup, it's a philosophical U-turn. ESPN literally called the window neutral and questioned whether Donnarumma and Cherki even align with Pep's demands. Ryan Cherki's a magician on the ball. And a passenger when they don't have it. That's a luxury City rarely indulge. You can't lose De Bruyne's orchestration, Gundogan's tempo control, and Ederson's distribution and expect status quo. For me, this is the first summer in years where City look weaker on paper and on the whiteboard.
Or it's the evolution every great side eventually has to take. You hang on to legends too long and you rot from the inside. They trimmed wages, they got younger in key spots, and they still kept an elite spine. Diaz, Rodri, Bernardo, Foden, Haaland. Reinders at $55 million is smart. He can play 6, 8, scans early, hits progressive angles, and won't need babysitting in a positional structure. Ayat Nouri for $36.8 million gives them a real left back again. Premier League ready, can invert or overlap, and he's fearless taking space. And Donnarumma is a bold swing. Shot stopping's elite, aerial strong, and they've got Ortega and Trafford to balance profiles. Transfermarkt's B called it shrewd. Not flashy, but there's a clear plan to read Tool without ripping the entire framework apart.
Bold's one word. Contradictory's another. Ederson let them start attacks under pressure. Donnarumma invites pressure. Pep's default 2-3 or 3-2 build relies on the keeper playing into the press and baiting the first line. This changes that calculus. If you push Stones up to help, you're one backline misread from being naked in transition. Without Gundogan's calm foot, that risk spikes. Cherki's the other mismatch. Brilliant in tight spaces, yes, but City's wingers also press, track, and protect channels. Doku's already high variance defensively. Add Cherki and your rest defense balance strains unless you chain them to Rodri's hip.
You can tweak the build. Go a touch more direct into Haaland. Hunt second balls with Foden and Bernardo and collapse the half spaces. Donnarumma's long kicking is a weapon. You don't have to play perfect jazz every phase if your 9 is Erling effing Haaland. Trafford is the edgier with feet option, gives them horses for courses. Cup heavy for Ortega, development path for Trafford, big nights for Gigi. And Cherki under Pep, that's a finishing school. If he buys into 5 seconds of fury after losing the ball, the upside's lethal.
That if is doing heavy lifting. City's edge was predictability of behaviors. Lose ball press, lane blocking, 5-lane occupation. Cherki, Doku, Savinho. 3 chaos wingers at once is fireworks and fire hazards. Who's the metronome now? Reinders is very good, but Gundogan solved puzzles on the fly. Reinders reads, he doesn't rewrite rules yet. And Bernardo at 31 can't be the glue, the scalpel, and the lungs every 3 days across 4 comps.
Bernardo's leadership is exactly why this can work. He and Foden can own the tempo points. One drops, one darts, they rotate zones. Savinho's energy actually helps the counter-press. He sprints the first 5 yards like he's got a taxi double parked.
Culturally, it's a refresh the fans can get behind. A younger front end, a proper left-back option, and a midfield with fresh legs.
And look, Yahoo calling it a big step into the unknown is fair. But after last winter's wobble, staying the same wasn't an option.
Let's get specific on shape. If they go back to a true LB with Aït-Nouri and keep Rico Lewis as the inversion, you're fine on the ball. But in defensive transition, Aït-Nouri's timing still has spikes. Wolves fans loved him, but also held their breath on switches.
City used to smother transitions at source because of Ederson's positioning and Walker's recovery. Walker's out, Ederson's out. Now you're asking Diaz to defend even bigger spaces and Stones to be perfect stepping in. That's a lot of eggs in perfect.
They can mitigate. Guardiol's happy as an aggressive LCB who defends wide. Aït-Nouri underlaps more. Doku holds width. Balance restored. Reinders can be the cover shadow merchant behind Doku's dribbles, while Rodri sits slightly deeper as the insurance policy.
Rico's IQ buys you rotations. He can invert, he can run the outside, and he's tidy enough to speed up circulation.
And if it's a slugfest, Marmoush as a Holland partner late gives them the crash and bash option City rarely had.
Not sure I love the double 9 idea. It blunts their zone occupation. City's 5-lane spacing is religion. Don't bring a second striker to church.
Bigger issue? Rodri's load. He's 29 and last season showed what happens when his minutes spike. Everything frays without him. Kovacic is tidy, Nunez can carry, Reinders can circulate. None of them are Rodri light in field coverage or duels. Lose some pressing resistance at keeper, add one more luxury attacker, and you're effectively giving Rodri extra fires to put out.
Then be pragmatic. There's no shame in a few more mid-blocks, controlled counters, and winning ugly on cold Wednesdays. Pep's not allergic to adaptation. He played with fullbacks inside, outside, 1 CB, 4 CBs, you name it. Donnarumma can still play short under minimal pressure. When it's hot, tap the long switch, stack second balls, and recycle.
It's not just pass length, it's tempo control. Ederson's body shape invited presses he could break. That bought City territory for free. If that edge disappears, teams camp your pivot and crowd Foden's zone. Then you need individualism to brute force games. That's where Cherki's upside is real, but you also concede control sequences you used to dominate.
City have plenty won by flipping to chaos late. Doku, Cherki, Savinho. If 2 of 3 hit from the bench, that's a lot of late goals. And Holland benefits from more broken play. He snacks on disorganized lines. It's a different route to the same destination.
Destination might be different now. Transfermarks B nails the vibe. Shrewd, yes, but where's the statement piece? They were linked to Rodrigo. That's a banner signing. Instead, they spread the funds across depth and gambles. Meanwhile, Liverpool and Arsenal added needle movers. City downsized ambition while their rivals powered up.
Or they avoided a vanity splash and built a 60-game squad. Depth wins in April. Star names don't matter if the legs are gone. Aït-Nouri upgrades a real weakness. Reinders raises the floor of every dull away day. Cherki raises the ceiling at home to low blocks. And the keeper trio gives him variance. If Gigi's form dips, Ortega's calm. If they want a blood and English core, Trafford's your project.
Let's talk leadership. De Bruyne and Gundogan were the huddle voices. Walker too. You can't spreadsheet that out.
When it's 1-1 on 70 and the game's a bar fight, who resets the collective pulse? Now Bernardo can, but he can't be everywhere.
Diaz, yes. Stones, maybe, if he's fit. But you can't outsource calm to the back 4 every time.
Foden's ready for that jump. He's 25, seasoned, and he's got that street brain. He feels moments as much as he reads them.
Bernardo is the adult in the room. Diaz is the cop. Between them, the dressing room won't wobble.
Plus, culture-wise, City don't panic. Same staff, same training habits, same standards. That buys you time while the new pieces click. Time is the worry. Pep signings usually take months to bed. Aït-Nouri and Reinders aren't plug-and-play day-one monsters.
In the first tough away, teams will test Donnarumma with back presses and awkward passes back to his right foot. If that first impression wobbles, the whole league smells blood. You saw it last winter. The aura can dent.
True, but he's 26 with 60-plus caps. He's lived through worse cauldrons than Selhurst on a Monday. He'll ride it. And he's a monster on crosses. City conceded some goofy set-piece seconds last year. That should tighten up.
Also, Bettinelli in his pure depth is smart. It's boring, but boring keeps you out of an FA Cup third-round emergency.
Let's not pretend losing Ederson is just a line item. His presence let City adopt higher rest defense lines fearlessly. Now Diaz and Gvardiol will have to respect that extra 5-7 yards in behind. That small drop changes how Foden receives between lines. And if Reinders has to sit deeper to help circulate, you lose some of his aggression stepping into zone 14.
Counter. They'll lean more into widths to create central time. Doku scaring fullbacks, Ayadnori underlapping, and Bernardo knitting. You don't need the keeper to be ex-Xavi if your wingers keep stretching the field and your eights time the third man runs. And let's not sleep on Nico Gonzalez and Oscar Bob minutes. They can soak fixtures when legs are heavy.
Bob is tidy, but these are marginal gains. The macro is alarming. Legends out, tactical identity diluted, rival surging. Even Yahoo put them 7th in the league-wide window ranking. 7th. For City standards, that's a red flag.
It's a reflection of risk, yeah. Big step into the unknown. But sometimes that's how you extend a cycle, by risking short-term turbulence. I lived this at Chelsea a few times. Rip the plaster, get younger, suffer a bit, then bang, you've got a 3-year runway.
Blue receipt request? When did ripping the plaster at Chelsea go smoothly?
Oi, different show, mate. But point stands, the risk can pay off. And City's infrastructure is best in class.
I'll give you infrastructure. I won't give you Donnarumma as Pep keeper. That's oil and water. If he nails it, fair play, I'll eat crow. But right now, it smells like a star name opportunity rather than a tactical fit.
They didn't break the bank for him. 30 euros for a top-tier shot stopper is value, especially if PSG wanted a reset.
And Tradford, at 31.2 million euro, is the hedge. If the fit worries you, here's the apprentice being trained to the system. Hedges in goal can turn into controversies. One slip, one bad back pass, and we're arguing who starts every week. City used to avoid that noise by having the no-doubt guy. They've introduced noise.
Or they've introduced competition. Pep loves it everywhere else. Why not in goal?
Because keepers are different. Stability matters. Ask any back four if they like rotating styles behind them.
Fair. But DS has played with them already, and Stones will be the comms bridge when he steps in.
Stones' fitness is not a given over 60 games. If he misses chunks, the distribution burden shifts to Rangers and Rico. That's okay in October. It's dicey in May at the Bernabeu. But hey, I hate that club, so maybe that's a bonus.
Careful, you'll trigger half of Madrid Twitter. Look, let's hit the ins and outs quickly for the listeners. Ins, Rangers, Aitnori, Shirky, Donnarumma, Trafford, Bettinelli. Savino joining the party full-time. That's meaningful depth. Outs, De Bruyne to Napoli, Gundogan to Galatasaray, Ederson to Fenerbahce, McCaddy sold, Couto to Dortmund, plus loans like Walker and Grealish. That's a cultural handover as much as a tactical one, no doubt.
And that's my thesis. The handover leaves them worse right now. You can love the future without loving the present. If Transfermarkt's question is, can Pep bridge an ever-widening gap to Liverpool without a star? My answer, not this season. They didn't replace De Bruyne's threat profile. Foden can approximate it, but then you lose his wing gravity.
It won't be one for one. It'll be by committee. Foden's half spaces, Bernardo's control, Rangers carries, and Doku's chaos. And Holland still guarantees you 30+. That's a cheat code when your chance creation dips 5%.
Unless he starts snacking on scraps because build-up sputters. Then he's running channels for 70 minutes and swearing in Norwegian.
He did that for Dortmund and still scored. He's fine. Give him 2 decent deliveries and a rebound. Job done.
Let me hit Shirky one more time. Sorry, Ryan. If he buys into the work, I'm in. If not, it's a unicorn that never fit the stable. Pep will either carve him into a half-space monster with defensive triggers, or he'll be a 60th minute roll of the dice.
I think they coach the habits into him. Shorter bursts, clearer triggers, and pair him with Rico to protect that side. And if not, Oscar Bob's the teacher's pet you can trust for structure.
I eat Nuri I actually like. Price is right, ceiling is real. Just needs the guardrails around him so he's not stranded on counters. I'd bias Rodri toward his side early in the season and let Rangers be the pendulum near Rico.
That's sensible. And with Gvardiol covering wide left as needed, his mistakes won't be terminal. The staff will micro-tune the rest defense in the first 6 league games. They always do.
And while they tune, rivals will push. That's the difference between this year and their dynastic peak. No breathers at the top now. Liverpool and Arsenal will happily take the points you donate.
Everything you're saying is fair, but I'm not betting against this group learning fast. They're built to course correct. Even ESPN's neither good nor bad take admits Brenger's flash quality and Itinerary was a smart business.
Which sums up my verdict. Some good business, but a confused thesis. Shrewd spend without the killer move. City used to end windows with dread hanging over the rest of us. This time, it's curiosity at best.
Curiosity killed the cat, but it might revive the cyborg. New looks, same menace, just delivered differently.
Predictions. I've got them stepping back. Title race participants, sure, but not favorites. Europe-wise, the margins get thinner with a keeper learning the dance. Semis would be a success. Anything more is overachievement.
I'll meet you halfway. This is the most vulnerable City have looked in years. But you can never, ever write off a team managed by Pep Guardiola. He's earned the benefit of the doubt again.
He has. The squad, less so. We'll see who blinks first, Pep or the new pieces.
Either way, it'll be fun. And a little terrifying for anyone defending Holland at the back post.
Fullbacks of England, start your hamstring stretches.
City fans, breathe. It's a gamble, but not a reckless one.
And if Donnarumma pings a laser into Rodri under pressure on opening day, all shut up for a week.
Clip that. Right, that's City's window in a bow. Messy, interesting, and absolutely not boring.
We'll catch the early patterns and circle back. The tape won't lie.
All right, United. $250 million on the attack, and Grimsby sends them packing. What are we doing here?
It's ugly. No point dressing it up. The results are nowhere near the spend.
Classic panic buying, 3 shinies up top, and still face planting in the cup.
Let me split it. On the pitch, disaster. In strategy terms, weirdly, some logic.
Logic when ESPN's literally calling them out for overpaying on Buemo and Cunha?
They did overpay, but clearing out the old mistakes mattered. Antony out, Højlund out on loan, ruthless reset.
Speaking of ruthless, cheers for Garnacho. Lovely winger. Very fair price. Thank you, Old Trafford.
Yeah, London is blue, right? Enjoy your blue receipt moment.
Duly noted. Now, Sesko, 76.5M, Buemo, 75M, Cunha, 74.2M. That's a luxury front line for a team with no engine.
Sesko I back. That's the archetype 9 they've missed. Power, depth runs, box threat.
Sure, Sesko's a baller, but who's feeding him? Casemiro's legs, Mainu's still learning, Agate's a hunter, not a metronome.
Exactly my gripe. They ignored the controller. No tempo setter, no consistent first pass under pressure.
And then they act shocked when the forwards touch the ball 8 times a half.
Look at patterns. Build starts with Onana, but the second pass dies. Dalot or Mizraoui step in, Bruno vacates, and lanes collapse.
Bruno wants chaos, Mount wants touches, no one's actually saying, gimme it, we slow this down.
And Amorim's structure isn't helping. He's asking wingbacks or fullbacks to pin, but the midfield spacing's miles off.
He's out of his depth, mate. Transfermarkt literally says the higher-ups nailed their brief, the dugout's faltering.
That B+ makes sense in a vacuum. The squad profile is better. The use of it, not yet.
Let's hit it line by line. Goalkeepers, Lehmann's for 21 million, promising, but Onana still number 1.
Lehmann's is good succession planning. No issues there. That's the least of their problems.
Defense, Euro, Delict, Lissandro, Maguire, Delome, Mizraoui, Luke Shaw, Dorgu. It's not shabby?
Agreed. The center-backs can build. Euro's composure at 19 is silly, but they're exposed because the midfield screen is inconsistent.
And Shaw's availability is perma question marks. Dorgu's a nice get, but he's still acclimating.
Which makes the pivot key. Ugarte wins duels, but he's not a conductor. Mainu can, but he's 20, not a full-cycle controller yet.
So the plan is spend 225 million up front and pray Mainu becomes RV overnight.
That's the flaw. The spine needed a 6 who lives on the half turn. They didn't buy it.
And then you loan Rashford to Barcelona. If that isn't a big red, we've lost our compass sign. I don't know what is.
Culturally, it's jarring. From talisman to a loan exit. Wages off, sure, but you're ripping up identity mid-project.
ESPN called the window neutral overall. Says it all. Nice bits, dumb bits, net confusion.
I'd call it good parts selection in attack, wrong systems architecture.
Let's talk the embarrassment. Grimsby, Buemo, Sesko, and Cunha, all on the pitch, zero chemistry.
Chemistry needs a framework. Amorim's pressing triggers are late. The front three press, midfield joins late, backline sits. Gaps everywhere.
And when they win it, it's all helter-skelter transitions. Fine if you're 2018 Liverpool, not fine if your 10 is Bruno freestyle mode.
Exactly. The second and third lines need synchronized distances. Right now, it's a 30-yard elastic band.
Let me gloat a sec. Garnacho to Chelsea for 46.2 million still cracks me up, thank you again.
As an Arsenal guy, I'm not congratulating you. But yes, from United's angle, that sale stung the fans.
Fan vibe is toxic. They see the spend, they see Grimsby, and they're like, what do we buy?
They bought profiles, Sesko's runs, Bemo's back post and cutbacks, Cunha's drifts, but you need supply lines.
And a manager who knows how to stitch it. Right now, Amorim looks like he's still in Lisbon with wingbacks and a double pivot that never existed.
To be fair, he's tried 4-2-3-1 and 3-4-3 shapes. The issue isn't formation, it's function. Occupations, distances, and responsibility.
Function 101. Buy a controller. You didn't. Case closed.
If they had signed a deep regulator, someone to knit phases, they'd probably be fine in most games.
Let's list the exits quickly. Anthony de Betis for 22 million. Chalk it up as cutting losses.
Agreed. Højlund on loan to Napoli, fresh start, less pressure, different tempo, could help him.
Lindelof, free to Villa, solid servant, but they moved on.
Sancho to Villa on loan too, different context, fewer eyes, maybe he breathes again.
Net result, revenues around 74 million plus wage savings. Still a massive net spend, mind.
Which is fine if the 11 becomes coherent. But now they're 5th in Yahoo's ranking, and you can see why.
5th is generous after Grimsby. Yahoo did say Lammen solves a desperate need, though.
He does, and I like Mazraoui as a hybrid fullback. If they had the 6, he'd shine.
Talk me through the front line fit. Who starts where?
Best version, Sesko, high central, Bemo right stretching diagonals, Cunha left half space linking with Bruno.
And Ahmad, Xerxes, Mount?
Ahmad can spell Mbemo against low blocks. Xerxes has a 9.5 to combine. Mount is an 8 if you protect him with a true 6.
But they don't have the true 6, so Mount at 8 is a fire hazard.
Exactly. You end up patching with Ugarte plus Mainu, and Bruno still vacates the half space early.
Defensively, De Ligt and Lissandro are decent in duels, but they're constantly sprinting back.
Because rest defense is shallow. Fullbacks go, 6 doesn't hold the central lane, and you're open.
So what would you fix first? One move.
Recruit a controller. First window in January, go all in for a metronome who can receive under heat.
And if they can't buy?
Then shift Bruno off-ball more, make Mainu the hub, demand Dalot and Mazraoui invert consistently to form a 3 with Ugarte.
That's a lot of coaching, which brings us back to Amorim.
He has to simplify. Set a base, 4-3-3, Bruno higher, Mainu is 8, Ugarte hold, Mount as bench impact for now.
You bench Mount after that fee? Bold.
It's not about fees, it's about function. Get stable, then layer him in.
Culture piece. The fans needed hope, not another science experiment.
And selling a homegrown gem to a rival undercuts the vibe even if the fee helps.
I get why they did it, squad balance and all, but optics were rough.
To their credit, they didn't hoard. They made hard calls. That's a new behavior for United.
Transfer marks B+, basically says front office did its homework, manager scribbled over it.
And ESPN saying neutral fits the mixed reality? Good youth bets in Sesko and Lamens, but misallocated funds on roles.
Let's hit individual profiles. Sesko, ceiling is scary high.
He's a vertical monster. Needs early crosses, cutbacks, and flat-through balls, not 30-yard carries.
Bamo, love the work rate. Also love when he plays for mid-table. Sorry, couldn't resist.
He's Premier League ready, great at weak side timing. But he's a system piece, not a system maker.
Cunha, silky, also drifts everywhere. Can be genius or chaos depending on structure.
Which is why a proper 8-6 behind him is non-negotiable. Give him lanes. Don't ask him to fetch.
Okay, defense again. Euros 19 and looks like a vet. That was smart.
His timing in duels is excellent. With a stable screen, he'll look elite very quickly.
Delict needed a reboot. Could be a coup if he stays fit.
And Lissandro as the left-sided CB is still their best progressor when Shaw's missing.
Fullbacks, Delo, reliable-ish. Mezraoui adds technique, but left side still a revolving door.
Dorgu has upside. He'll make mistakes, but the profile is right.
Midfield then. Casemiro, great career, but time's catching up.
He can still anchor low blocks. In high possession games, he slows their circulations.
Minu, gems need settings. You're throwing him into a mosh pit.
He reads angles well. He needs a partner who always shows. Ugarte isn't that guy on the ball.
So, United's thesis summer, buy 3 attack pieces, hope the rest figures itself out. Verdict, it hasn't.
And won't unless they rebalance. Either a January 6 or systemic tweaks that protect buildup.
Let's not ignore the bench. Ahmad, Xerxes, Mount, Malacia coming back, Maguire depth. It's deep.
Depth isn't the issue. Coherences. They've got parts to vary game plans. They lack a base template.
Manager time. Is Amorim the problem now?
He's part of it. He needs to adapt faster to Premier League rhythms and simplify the roles.
I'm saying it. Right now, he's out of his depth. Grimsby is unforgivable with that spend.
It's brutal, but sack talk is premature. Give him a controller in January, then judge.
And if they don't, season becomes a very expensive lesson.
Then aim for compact mid-block, attack set plays, and squeeze 1-0s while you workshop the midfield.
That's not what $250 million was supposed to buy.
Money doesn't replace balance. Ask any Arsenal fan who lived through our late Wenger chaos.
Oh, here we go, the red side claiming wisdom. London is blue, mate.
Blue receipt or not, your point stands. United spent like a title tilt, built like a highlights reel.
Let's grade it. Transfers in isolation, B+, I'll be fair.
Same. Squad profile improved. Age curve better. Attack threat up.
But overall window relative to needs, C+.
I'm at B- because I like the ruthlessness on exits.
Keys to salvage the season. Buy a controller, simplify tactics, stop freestyle football.
And set a clear front three hierarchy. Don't rotate away chemistry every week.
Culture fix, pick leaders. Bruno's voice, Lissandro's bite, Onana's presence, align them.
And protect Mainu. Don't make him carry a grown-up's load every match.
We haven't mentioned Xerxes enough. He needs defined minutes, not 5 roles.
Agree. Use him as a connector late or start him when you expect low blocks.
Ahmad, off the bench against tired legs. Could be gold. Keep it simple. Inside-out runs, back post.
And Mbumo needs 15 crosses a game to the backstick. That's the pattern you buy him for.
Do they finish top 4 with this? No controller, current manager? I say no.
As is, no. With a January pivot, maybe.
So, the headline, expensive chaos, B+ transfers, D for execution.
That's fair. The board set a table. The chef hasn't plated a meal yet.
Final thought on Rashford to Barca, necessary detox or madness?
Both. He needed air, United needed clarity. But you lose a match winner safety net.
And if he cooks in Spain, the narrative boomerangs right back at United.
Which is why they must make Seshko work. Goals cure narratives.
Set pieces too. With De Ligt and Maguire, that's free money if coached.
Agreed. Get a set-piece coach owning that phase. It can carry you through rough patches.
Quick nod to the kids. Cheeto Obi promoted, Diego Leon in. Pathways alive.
Good signals. Just don't throw them into chaos minutes. Give them structure.
Okay, wrap it. United tried to buy their way out of a midfield problem by ignoring the midfield problem.
Exactly. The attack looks shiny. The chassis still wobbles.
Transfermarkt's B+ stands. Reality grade is tied to Amorim's whiteboard and a January 6.
If they land the controller, we revisit, and I'll shift the grade up.
Until then, Grimsby owns bragging rights. That's brutal to say out loud.
And it should sting. Maybe that's what forces the change.
United fans, don't come for me. I'm just the messenger, okay? And the guy who bought Garnacho.
We'll end it there before he starts parading a blue scarf.
Final verdict. Expensive chaos. Buy a brain for midfield. Make Sesko the focal point. Keep it simple.
And coach the distances. If the gaps close, the goals will come.
Done. On to the next segment.
All right, now it's Spurs time.
Fair warning, I'm going to be generously condescending here, Jack.
Couldn't be any other way with you and Spurs. Go on then.
Honestly, for Tottenham, this is a very good, ambitious window.
That's you being nice with a dagger behind your back.
They finally look coherent under Thomas Frank. Strategy, profiles, actual balance.
It does feel planned. Not scattergun. That part impressed me too.
Xavi Simons is the headline. 65 million-ish, elite creativity, positional fluidity.
And they beat Chelsea to him. That stung. I'm not pretending otherwise.
Kudus on the right, pace, press, cutting in, end product. Premier League ready.
He's a nightmare when he's locked in. That's a proper wing threat.
Joel Palhinha on loan is pure steel. A floor raiser in midfield.
And risk-free. You get the destroyer without the long contract gamble.
Kolo Muani on a straight loan? That's sly. Vertical, clever runs, Champions League seasoning.
Deadline day Levy special. Honestly, fantastic business for the 9 rotation.
Tell from Bayern is upside galore. Fast, direct, two-footed finishing potential.
He'll nick minutes off tired legs and punish transition. Smart bench weapon.
Danso adds grown-up defending. Aerials, duels, leadership bark. That matters late season.
He also stabilizes set pieces. Spurs have bled there for years.
And yet, the whole window can be summed up by one name.
Here we go.
Eberechi Easy. They thought they had him. Then my club stepped in.
You're unbearable when you win a tug-of-war, but yeah, optics were rough.
It was a public footballing lesson. North London hierarchy confirmed.
All right, Red Man, take the victory lap. Still, outside is Spurs cooked.
On the surface, impressive. The spine, the profiles, the age curve, coherent.
Tactics then. What's Frank building with this mix?
4-3-3 morphing to 4-2-3-1. Palhinha anchors, 2 8s with legs and press.
Which two? From Bentancur, Basuma, Sarr, Bergvall, Archie Gray?
Sarr's running is non-negotiable. Bentancur's press resistance adds calm, rotate Basuma.
And Xavi? 10 or off the left?
Start him as a free 10, tilt left pockets to combine with Udogie. Overlaps.
Kudus right, stretching and cutting inside onto that left peg?
Exactly. Porro underlaps him for later rivals and crossing angles.
And up top, who's first choice? Solanke, Kolo Muani, Tell, Archarlison, Buffet.
Early doors Solanke, link play, box timing, hold up. Kolo Muani waifs his high lines.
Tell is chaos sub, Richarlison is bruiser when you need mayhem.
Maddison becomes the chess piece. 8-10 hybrid, set piece threat, tempo conductor.
Culture-wise, losing Son is massive. That's identity, shirts, and moments.
They sold their only truly world-class scorer to MLS for a small fee.
It's the end of an era. Painful, but maybe time to move the project forward.
Fair. It forces them to diversify goals and stop relying on hero ball.
Fan mood will hinge on early chemistry. Shivan's magic buys patience quickly.
Defensively, Romero, Van de Ven still the elite pairing, pace plus bite.
Danso and Dragusin as rotation makes that unit grown up at last.
Udogie's engine gives them width. Porro's delivery attacks the back post.
Set piece upside with Danso's forehead and Porro, Madison's service.
Rest defense improves with Palhinha's positioning. He kills counters at source.
And Gray and Bergvall, that's serious teenage talent. Don't overcook them.
Give them clean minutes. State games, trust seniors. Manage the load.
Quick shout, Kinski behind Vicario is an intriguing keeper succession plan.
Vicario's fine. Build-out is okay. Shot-stopping, good enough. No chaos there.
Depth chart looks like an actual Premier League contender, not Vibes FC.
Still a gap to the top. Don't confuse depth with title grade inevitability.
No one's calling them title favorites. Top 4 credible? Yeah, now it is.
Yahoo had them 8th best window. That feels about right in the hierarchy.
Transfermarkt gave an A-. I'm closer to that, honestly.
A- for Spurs scale, maybe. In league context, solid B+.
Eze was the miss.
Eze would have been their crown jewel, but Simons is a different kind of crown.
He's a connector. Think triangles with Udogie and Madison. Crisp, quick, inside out.
And Kudus gives you the chaos dribble when rhythm stalls.
Exactly. He pressures backlines, draws doubles, frees the far side runner.
Culture, bit, Thomas Frank's tone suits them, honest, organized, no circus.
That's the biggest win. Cohesion isn't just tactics, it's messaging.
Levy's drama at the deadline feels like controlled chaos now, not panic.
Because profiles match the system, not just shiny names. That's new for them.
Leadership void without Son, though. Who's the adult in attack?
Madison talks, Romero snarls, Paulinho enforces. Committee leadership.
Richarlison brings fight, but finishing streaks are streaks. Keep him in defined roles.
Agree. If he's in, flood the box and crash second balls. Don't over tiki-taka.
Where does Brennan Johnson fit with Kudus arriving?
Left winger, vertical outlet. Attack back posts when Fora whips early.
And Odebert as the development arc? Give him cup starts, low pressure.
Exactly. You don't stunt him, but you don't force him either.
Random but important, Jed Spence depth means wing-back options in a pinch.
And Takai's a project who can cover left or central. Utility is gold over a season.
Luka Vuskovic out on loan. Good pathway management. Don't rush the kid.
And Ashley Phillips coming back battle-tested. Those are your cup minutes.
Okay, question. How do they press with Paulinho's lack of sprint recovery?
Two-stage press. Front three funnel wide, 8 steps, Paulinho screens lanes.
So, mid-block patience, then pounce on bad touches less kamikaze.
Exactly. And with Romero and Van de Ven's recovery pace, you can gamble selectively.
Set-piece defense. Back to Danso, he'll organize the line, right?
Yep, he'll mark the big threat and call the zone. Simpler, cleaner.
What's the starting 11 if everyone's fit right now?
Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Udogie, Paulinho, Sarr, Kudo, Simons, Johnson, Solanke.
Bench swing pieces, Madison, Kolomoani, Bentancur, Tell. That's real depth.
Madison starts plenty. It's opponent-specific. He's not a bench ornament.
True. Horses for courses. Frank loves those matchup tweaks.
Big culture question. Can Spurs live without a poster boy like Son?
If Simons lights it up, the music changes fast. Vibes follow winning.
Fans will accept transition if the football's honest and energetic.
Stadiums built for surges. Kudo sprinting at a full south stand will cook.
True, but when it's 0-0 on 70, who's calm? That's where leaders matter.
Madison game manages. Paulinho slows it down. Porro whips early. Clear patterns.
Load management too. Kudos, Simons, Madison, rotate or you'll ping hamstrings.
Cup runs should be a target. Silverware shifts narratives overnight.
Agree. League Cup or FA Cup, make a final. That validates the spend.
Let's hit the rankings. Yahoo had them 8th best window.
That tracks. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, bigger swings at the top end.
Transfermarkt's A- makes sense when you consider net effect on the 11.
I'm between B+ and A-. As a dingdom. Still, big step forward.
Title talk? Not for me. Top 4 fight? Yes. That's the bar.
Miles behind true contender still. Depth closer, ceiling not there yet.
London is still blue, by the way, even if Spurs stole Simons from us.
Blue receipt, Jack. Show the trophies. North London is red. Comfortably.
We're talking Spurs, mate. Don't drag us into your parade.
Fine. Back to Spurs. Success metrics, points floor up. Big game courage up.
And a defined team identity. No more identity crisis every 6 months.
Risks, integration time, ball sharing among stars, and Simon's defensive buy-in.
Also, Kudus' decision-making in tight games. Don't force the hero dribble.
Coaching solves that. Frank's structure gives the easy pass every phase.
Do they need January business or chill?
Maybe a permanent solution if Paulinho isn't extended. Otherwise, chill.
What about a left-footed CB beyond Mickey, worth monitoring injuries?
True, but Danso can cover, and structure helps more than a new toy.
Biggest single upgrade this window? Creativity between lines. That's Simon's.
Biggest philosophical upgrade. A real 6. Paulinho unlocks sane distances.
Biggest loss. Son's aura. Hard to quantify, easy to feel.
Facts. But aura doesn't press. The system will move on quickly.
Spurs fans I know are buzzing, but cautious. That's healthy, honestly.
It should be. The squad says progress, not parade. Keep perspective.
Give me the headline verdict in one line.
Ambitious, coherent, and improved.
but still chasing the real heavyweights.
I'll go Spurs finally bought a plan, not just players. Top 4 shout now.
One last note. Manage minutes. Kudus and Simons can't carry every week.
And don't be weird about Koulibaly. If he's hot, ride the streak.
Agreed. Form over price tags, especially with a loan. No ego picks.
We didn't even mention Pape Sarr enough. Engine room heartbeat.
He's essential. Press, recoveries, late box runs, glue guy, modern 8.
All right, grade it. Blue tinted realism. A- window, B+ squad ceiling.
B+ window, B+ squad, A- tactics fit. Eze miss keeps them grounded.
London aside, they've closed distance to the pack under the top 2.
Exactly. They're in the conversation, not leading it yet.
If Simons pops to elite, everything accelerates. That's the swing factor.
And if Paulinho holds the fort, the wobble games shrink. Higher floor.
Shout to Romero. Keep your head, mate. You're the defensive anchor.
If he curbs the chaos by 10%, they save 5 goals. Real talk.
Last thought. Communications. Frank's clarity is half the win already.
Couldn't agree more. When roles are clear, talent shows up on time.
So, Spurs fans, enjoy the ride, expect growth, demand a cup run.
And please hydrate after those CUDA sprints. Heart rates will spike.
Final. Massive upgrade window. Not perfect, but undeniably adult.
Stamp it. Ambition with brains, just not the top cable yet.
We good? London stays blue, North London stays noisy.
North London is red, you cheeky bastard.
Let go. Straight to Real Madrid. Mark, I'm calling it smartest window in Europe. Quiet masterclass. Trent for 10 million is the theft of the century. Actual daylight robbery. World-class delivery, Champions League pedigree, and you grab him early for Club World Cup. Genius. Then Huijsen, 20. Aerial beast from Bournemouth, 62.5 million for a decade-long center back. Alvaro Carreras at 50 million adds real left-back thrust and depth. That rotation matters. Mastantuono at 18, pure sauce. First cameos already scream future star. And they did it all without breaking the bank or the dressing room. Modric leaving hurts, but it's the respectful, necessary end of an era.
Nope. Underwhelming. B- window, and that's generous. They didn't fix the problem. The midfield was overrun by Barca and, yes, Arsenal. There's still no successor to Kroos, and doubts about Tchouaméni controlling big games remain.
Trent's fun, but he's a luxury, not a solution. Defensively, he's a target. You're acting like they signed Trent to play as a destroyer. He's a creative multiplier. Zabi can invert him, drop him into the double pivot, and juice progression from deep. For 10 million? The upside is ridiculous. Worst case, Carvajal starts, Trent rotates, still elite value.
If you invert him, your rest defense needs to be bulletproof. Madrid's hasn't been. Last season, elite teams ran through their midfield lanes when pressure broke. Same risk. Tchouaméni can screen, sure, but tempo setting, Kroos-level manipulation? Not there yet.
Valverde and Camavinga cover obscene ground. That lets Trent orchestrate without exposing the backline. And with Huijsen's range next to Militao or Rudiger, you've got recovery for days.
Huijsen helps aerially and in duels. Love the profile. But that's not your midfield fix. You can't possession trick your way out of knockout pressure without a metronome. Bellingham's a monster between lines, not a deep controller. Different job entirely.
Xabi Alonso is literally the guy to systemize control. 3-2 base, automated rotations, it's his thing. I can see a Trent Camavinga 2 with Jude high, Valverde tucking, fullback staggered.
I can also see Mbappe, Vinicius, and Rodrigo leaving your 2 exposed if turnovers hit. That front line wants transition. Without a true governor, the shape stretches.
They'll modulate. Versus big sides, Valverde drops, Jude chills in the half space, Trent sits. And when they want to suffocate, Trent's switch of play opens the pitch in a blink.
Let's talk value.
10 million is cute because Liverpool botched timing. It's not sorcery. Madrid bought a month early for the Club World Cup. That's urgency, not genius.
Come on. World-class right back, peak age, pennies, that's the highest, whether it's July or June.
Fine, heist. But the shopping list ignored the kitchen fire, midfield structure. Goals B- sums it up, intriguing, not spectacular, and the biggest hole remains.
They didn't need spectacle. They already have Mbappe, Vinicius, and Jude. The core is outrageous. This window was about edges, better delivery, defensive refresh, and future talent.
No Galactico this summer because they couldn't. Power's not what it used to be.
Or maybe they didn't need a fireworks show. Xabi wants cohesion, not another deity. Carreras is perfect for that. Pace, overlaps, clean ball. Ferland Mendy gets proper rotation.
Carreras is fine. But 50 million fine? He's not flipping Champions League ties.
Depth flips ties. Fatigue is real in April. Ask literally any team you love.
Arsenal flips ties with structure. Madrid's hoping lines hold while stars improvise.
Structure plus stars beat structure alone. That's Madrid's entire modern history.
Modern history had Kroos Modric as the brain. That brain just left.
Modric leaving is classy timing. Jude's the heartbeat now. Different. Still elite.
Jude's elite often around the ball, not the metronome. Don't confuse roles.
Fair, but Camavinga's passing has leveled up. He can run the first phase.
He's dynamic, press-resistant, not a high-volume conductor who controls tempo for 90.
You can split the job. Trent handles long diagonals and switches. Kama handles exits.
And when Trent gets isolated backside, elite wingers will eat that space. Seen it.
Seen him cook elite teams, too. Pick your clips. Context matters.
Context. Knock out football. 2 mistakes and you're done. Business invites variance.
Variance favors teams with killers. Mbappe and Vinicius are exactly that.
Killers need a setup. Ask Haaland when De Bruyne sits. The machine sputters.
Xabi's machine will feed them. He's not tossing vibes out there.
He's walking into Bernabeu expectations with a midfield missing its compass. Good luck.
You're framing it like panic. It's actually coherent. Refresh the back, add creation, promote youth.
Promote youth? Gonzalo Garcia is fine, but he's not touching Mbappe's minutes.
It signals pathway, keeps the room hungry. That culture is why they survive dips.
Culture won't stop Barca or Arsenal running your 6 into the ground again.
They're not naive. Against heavy press, they'll flatten to a 3. Valverde narrows. Jude links.
Then you're moving parts around to fix a core absence. That's the point.
It's called coaching. Xabi's literally made a career out of solving spacing.
At Leverkusen with a double pivot tailor-made for it. This midfield is different.
Different, maybe better in chaos. Madrid thrives in chaos. You know that pain.
I also know Arsenal pinned them and starved Bellingham's touches. Blueprints out there.
Blueprints change once Trent starts lasering switches to Vinicius' stride.
Until a topside traps that lane and you're coughing transitions at minute 70.
That's when Huijsen's pace and Militown's timing bail you out. It's not 2022 anymore.
Rudiger's 32, Alaba's 33. Depth's improved, sure, but legs aren't eternal.
Hence buying a 20-year-old CB for a pile of cash. Future-proofing.
Future-proofing the backline, not the heartbeat of the team.
Heartbeat's collective now. Valverde's engine, Jude's gravity, Trent's brain, Kama's glue.
Deadpan. Heartbeats, collective heartbeats, get arrhythmia in the Bernabeu when a press catches fire.
You're just salty because Arsenal's the team that might face them again.
I'm honest because I want good football. This is paper over cracks, mate.
Paper that reads Champions League experience, positional flexibility, and set-piece threat skyrocketing.
Set pieces, sure, Trent helps, but Madrid already won headers. That's marginal gain.
Marginal gains win in May. Actually don't. London is blue anyway.
Blue receipt. Show me how that's relevant to Madrid's midfield, big man.
Relevance is Madrid doing clever business, not flashy nonsense. That's Chelsea coded.
Madrid didn't do flashy because they couldn't land a true controller. That's the T.
Or they back internal growth. Tchouaméni, post-injury, looked steadier late last season.
Steadier isn't Kroos. The bar is orchestration under pressure, not steady.
Okay, name the unicorn that was available. Who's your Kroos clone?
You plan 2 windows ahead and strike. This one felt reactive around Trent's timing.
Reactive? They got Trent a month early to win a trophy. That's proactive.
It's opportunistic. Different words, same outcome. Midfield untouched.
They touched it by smoothing supply with Trent. Creation from deep is midfield adjacent.
Adjacent is not central. When the hate rises, you need a map, not a compass app.
Poetic. Still think Xabi's map is good enough with this squad.
I think the first elite knockout opponent will find the seam and punch it.
And I think Mbappe will punch back twice as hard. That's the mismatch.
Madrid leaning on moments isn't a plan. It's roulette. Roulette.
It's controlled risk. And the defense refresh lowers the odds of disaster.
You're ignoring the cost of Modric's brain walking out the door.
I'm honoring it, but eras evolve. This is Jude's time and Trent's delivery era.
Delivery's cute until teams deny the wide lanes. Then what's plan B?
Plan B is Bellingham wall passes, Rodrigo underlaps, Valverde power through the half space.
Plan C is praying Camavinga doesn't get booked early. See the issue?
Plan D? Rotate Ceballos for control late. He's not Cruz, but he can tidy a game.
Ceballos in a Champions League semi is exactly the problem statement.
Don't twist it. He's depth, not the headline. The headline is Xabi plus Trent plus Husin.
Yeah, headline is Madrid didn't buy the one profile everyone knows they need.
You want perfection every window. They got great, not perfect.
Great gets you quarters. Perfect gets you parades. That's Madrid's bar.
Madrid's bar is also aura. Teams fold. Trent's name adds to that aura.
Aura won't block a counter if your right back's high and your 6 is isolated.
Then don't isolate him. Tilt the shape, ask Valverde to babysit, adjust risk.
Which takes away Valverde's chaos runs, the thing that scares back lines.
Pick your poison. I like Madrid choosing when to unleash the chaos.
Now, I like Arsenal choosing to suffocate you until the chaos dies. Different tastes.
And yet you're threatened enough to call their window a failure. Interesting.
Not threatened. Bored. It's a neat puzzle with a missing piece in the middle.
Okay, neat puzzle that wins trophies. We've seen that movie.
We've seen the sequel where the midfield gets swamped and the credits roll early.
All right, stakes time. Madrid's window grade from you.
B-. Clear as day. Intriguing parts, glaring omission.
I'm an A-. Value, fit, future-proofing, plus an early trophy boost via Trent.
Prediction, their midfield cost them in the Champions League knockouts. Again.
Counter, their blend of control by committee and star finishing carries them deep.
We'll revisit when a top midfield drags them into the mud.
We'll revisit when Trent pings a 60-yarder onto Vini's toe in the 89th.
And I'll say nice pass, shame about the structure.
And I'll say scoreboard, classic Bernabeu energy.
Classic paper over cracks energy.
Final word, clever, successful window. Not loud, but lethal.
Final word, underwhelming and risky where it matters most. The middle.
On to the next Chaos Friday.
All right, Barca time, a.k.a. rummaging down the back of the sofa for coin season.
You're starting spicy already. Go on then.
This window is sad, mate. D from goal. And that feels generous.
Context matters, Jack. They're operating under tight financial handcuffs.
Context? How about they chased Nico Williams and the player himself pulled the plug because Barca couldn't even guarantee registration? That's a complete joke at an allegedly elite club.
It's ugly, I'll admit. The registration rules plus wage cap are brutal in Spain.
And then after Williams and Luis Diaz slipped away, the grand statement is a loan for Marcus Rashford. United were desperate to ship him. That's not a coup, that's a cast-off.
Or it's a low-risk, high-upside bridge for one season. Rashford's vertical threat suits Flick's 4-2-3-1 in transition.
You're dressing it up because you like Barca. The reality, they begged, got told no, and settled. D.
I'm not denying disappointment. I'm saying the strategy is youth first. Lamine Yamal, Pedri, Gavi, Kubarsi. That's the real spine.
Fine, the kids are great, but this is Barcelona, standards, and they still managed to botch a key exit, letting Inigo Martinez walk to Al Nassr for free because of some summer promise. Amateur hour.
That one's on the club. Losing an experienced piece from a treble-winning group for nothing is rough.
Thank you. And while we're at it, why buy another keeper?
Joan Garcia for what, 25 to 29 million euros reportedly, when you already have Ter Stegen?
Because succession planning matters. Garcia's distribution is excellent, he's homegrown adapted, and you reduce risk if Ter Stegen misses time.
Spending precious pennies on a position that wasn't priority while the winger target collapsed. It's misallocated resources.
Or it's locking in value at a favorable clause.
Goal even called it a smart exploit of a low buyout.
And yet Goal still handed them a D. Says it all.
Because the top-line outcome is underwhelming, sure, but look at the tactical picture.
I'm looking, and I see Rashford on the left trying to find form, Lewandowski at 37, and a lot of praying to Lamine Yamal.
Flick can stagger Leva's minutes, use Ferran as a runner 9 in some games, Olmo as a false 9 in others, and Rashford left to attack space on counters.
Is that a title plan or patchwork? Sounds like tape and vibes.
It's flexibility. Lamine stays high right to pin, Pedri drifts to link, Gavi presses the half space, and De Jong calibrates tempo. That's a coherent framework.
Pedri and Gavi staying fit is the yearly wish list, though. You're trusting kids' hamstrings and ankles to carry a super club.
That's where depth like Fermin Lopez and Marc Casado helps. And Dani Olmo can slide into an 8-10 hybrid to share load.
You still haven't addressed the embarrassment of the Williams saga. Player wanted the move, but asked for an exit clause if Barca failed to register him, and Barcelona balked. If you're stable, you don't need that clause demanded in the first place.
It was a reputational hit, but adding the registration clause could have set a precedent they didn't want. They protected the structure, maybe too rigidly.
Protected what structure? The one where they finish deals late and ask La Liga for mercy? Come on.
You're not wrong on optics. I'm saying on the pitch, there's still a path.
Okay, then sell me on the path beyond Lamine magic. Balde overlaps outside Rashford, Pedri underlaps, Lamine holds width. De Jong plus Casado or Bernal give cover. Koundé tucks to form a back three and build up. Araujo guards rest defense. It's balanced, if coordinated. If coordinated, big if. Flick loves a high press. Is Lewandowski pressing like it's 2017? Doubt it!
Then don't. You press in waves, trigger off Rashford traps on the left, Lamine jumps passing lanes, Olmo leads the first action when he's at 10, and you drop Lewa earlier in the week's heaviest workloads.
So managed minutes and roll roulette. Not inspiring.
You call it roulette. I call it modern squad management.
Let's talk Bardghji. 3 million-ish, fun prospect, sure, but with Lemane and Rafinha in front, what's the point this year?
Development and depth. He's a feet-to-ball creator who can attack a low block late. You don't want Lamine at 60 games.
Fair, but nobody's grading a window on a teenage depth winger.
No, but those are the bets that compound. Barca's edge is academy plus targeted youth buys.
Targeted like goalkeepers, excessively. Garcia in, Ter Stegen here, Szczesny floating around as the veteran. It's overkill.
Szczesny's a third-option mentor at this point. Garcia is the now-and-future competition that keeps standards high.
I'd rather they put those coins toward a winger that actually signs his contract.
Again, constraints. They kept the net spend modest and stayed within registration limits.
Modest spend is not the same as smart squad building. The defense still leans on Kubarsi at 18 and Araujo, who's been linked with exits forever.
Kubarsi's a phenom, reads the game like a 28-year-old. Pair him with Araujo, shelter fullbacks with Koundé tucking, and you're fine structurally.
Until Balde is asked to provide everything on the left and transitions go whoosh past De Jong.
That's where Casado is vital. He's not Busquets, but he's positionally honest. He'll sit, screen, and play simple.
Culture check. The fan base isn't celebrating balance sheets. They want big nights. This window didn't move the needle emotionally.
True. It's hard to get excited about sustainable, but when Yamal cooks at the Camp Nou, nobody cares how the deal sheet looks.
You're banking the season on a teenager and hoping Rashford rediscovers himself. That's not Barca DNA. That's a wish.
I'm banking on Yamal's consistency improving and Rashford offering a different route. Diagonal balls from De Jong, quick switches to isolate fullbacks.
Okay, drill down. Rashford pattern you like.
Balde overlaps to drag the fullback. Pedri occupies the half-space interior.
Rashford holds high and wide, first touch inside to attack the channel between CB and FB. If the CB steps, Ferran darts. If not, Rashford shoots early across the keeper.
And when teams sit deep,
Then Olmo or Firmine pops into the pocket to bounce 1-2s, Lamine cuts to his left for the whip, and Rafinha can rotate to left for in-swing service.
looks neat on the board, but league titles are won on reliability. This group screams streaky.
Reliability comes from defensive control. If Araujo stays fit and Kubarsi continues, you'll see clean sheet stretches.
You're assuming injuries behave. Pedri's body has been through it. Gavi's just coming back. That's fragile.
Load management and smarter spacing. Flick can drop the backline 2 meters in tough away games to reduce sprints.
Let's revisit the Martinez exit. Give me your verdict in one sentence.
Preventable and costly. Leadership exited the room for 0 return.
There we go. Even you admit it's brutal.
I do, but it's not fatal. Leadership can be distributed. Araujo, De Jong, Ter Stegen, and even Christensen are voices.
Ter Stegen, who might be rotated more if Joan Garcia takes minutes. That's a delicate dressing room dance.
Top teams manage internal competition. If Garcia starts Copa and some league runs, fine. Ter Stegen remains the reference.
Let's not forget the outgoings for money. Pau Victor de Braga, Alex Valle de Como, Pablo Touré de Mallorca. That's pennies in Super Club terms.
But it's wage trimming and pathway clearing. Those moves help register the ones that matter.
Except the one that mattered, Nico, never arrived.
Yeah, that's done.
And fan culture-wise, the vibe is fallen giant energy. You can feel it.
I'd call it recalibrating giant. The crest still carries weight. One good month, and the noise flips.
I'll give Barca fans this. They'll back a wonder kid. Lamine's their hope poster.
Because he's legitimately generational. His decision-making in 18 is absurd.
You dodged the Rashford form dip, but United. Confidence is brittle. If he starts slow, crowd patience?
Alone is a clean slate. Different environment, clearer roles. He just needs 3-4 direct goal contributions early to reset.
And if he doesn't?
Rafinha left, Lamine right, Ferran central. Or Olmo false 9. There are outs.
You keep saying outs, like this is a portfolio. It's a football team. You need a bankable A plan.
The A plan is 4-2-3-1, De Jong plus Casado double pivot, Olmo at 10, Rashford left, Lamine right, Lewa or Ferran up top. Press mid to high, trap wide, funnel to Araujo side.
And when teams press them?
Garcia and Ter Stegen can both break lines. Use third-man runs with Pedri, bounce to Koundé, then out to Lamine. Classic Barca pattern, modern tempo.
You sound like their assistant coach. Shame the recruitment team didn't match your optimism.
Look, I'm not sugarcoating. As a window, it's below expectations.
Say it louder.
It's a disappointing window.
Thank you. D holds.
But I won't call them a fallen giant. The football identity is intact. Youth, positional play, risk in possession.
Identity doesn't press the ball. Players do. And the right ones didn't arrive.
Sometimes not arriving is better than breaking the wage structure and burying yourself later.
Cool slogan. Doesn't sell shirts.
Lamine sells enough shirts for 3 signings.
True. He's box office, but over a season, you need variety. Rashford's the bet. Big bet.
He brings what they lacked, raw pace off the left. Rafinha and Lamine are creators. Marcus stretches and scares.
Until he drifts out of games. That's his thing.
That's on coaching. Give him cues. Attack blind side of the RB. First touch inside. Finish early. Repeatable patterns reduce drift.
What about defensive work rate? Flick will demand it.
You cover with De Jong sliding and Balde choosing his moments. Don't ask Rashford to press like a madman every phase.
I'm still stuck on the optics. Missing Williams because you can't promise registration is pure comedy.
Comedy now, but it also signals discipline. They won't promise what they can't deliver. That's growth?
Or PR spin for broke.
Pick your framing.
Okay, micro. Where does Dani Olmo live in this system?
Between lines as a 10, occasionally as a left-sided 8 in a 4-3-3. He's the connector, press trigger, and final third locksmith.
And Fermin Lopez.
High energy, 8-10 off the bench, late arrival goals, aggressive counter press after losses.
De Jong staying put all season?
He should. He's the tempo base. Without him, the whole thing wobbles.
And Eric Garcia, Christensen, trust levels?
Good rotation. Christensen reads danger. Eric's tidy in build-up. Not perfect, but adequate.
Let's hit fans again. Is adequate what Barca's about? No.
Barca at their peak is exceptional. This phase is about building back to exceptional without detonating the finances again.
And the D is the receipt for that reality.
Or the for misses at the top end. Nico, Diaz, more than the whole plan.
Both can be true. Plan fine, execution poor.
I can live with that.
Quick one. Do you start Rashford in the first big Liga match or protect him?
Start him. Show faith. Give him 65 minutes. Pre-plan Ferran on 25 to stretch tired legs.
And Lamine? Ever bench him?
Only for load management. Otherwise, he's your primary advantage every week.
Okay, grades time. I'm locking D-. The squad is weaker than a year ago, and the window screamed small club energy.
I'll say D. Slight bump for Juan Garcia value and Barjai upside. Still a failure versus ambition.
Final culture note. The fallen giant label sticks until they win something big again. No pity points from me.
I'll call them a bruised giant with ridiculous kids. If Yamal, Pedri, Yavi, Kubarsi hit their arcs, this pain pays off.
But this summer? Nah, not it.
This summer missed. The season's still there to salvage on the grass.
Best case, Rashford Renaissance, Yamal Eruption, De Jong Masterclasses.
Worst case, injuries, Rashford drifts, defensive lapses. That's the range.
And we'll be here with the receipts, blue or otherwise.
Don't start with the London is blue bit. Wrong segment, mate.
I'm just saying, properly run clubs don't get held hostage by registration clauses.
Properly run clubs also have money. Barca's learning to live without the unlimited credit card.
All right, wrap it. Barca, D-, vibes shaky, pray for Lamine.
Barca, D, disappointed but still dangerous. The kids carry the torch.
We done?
Done.
No matches since last time, so nothing to review.
And with the international break, there's nothing to predict either.
Guess that's it then. We'll be back once fixtures return. Until next time.